And I will be talking to you about this sport. It's golf. This is a putter. Well, I've got a mat over here and I've got a golf ball with me. I want to find out if my golf skills are good enough, or I will be listed as one of the Piga Mingi people in this country. Well, it's just about 2 feet, and let me see how bad my putting is. Well, didn't make it to the pin, but that's what we're talking about, because Kenya is hosting 2 golf tournaments this year. The first one is a Victoria Cup. It's a battle between Kenya and Uganda, and what we used to know as the East African Challenge is now a Region 4 tournament, and it's going to be hosted also in Kenya. So this evening on our sports chat, we're hosting the chairman of the Kenya Golf Union, Lucas Maranga. He's going to be telling us about that and much more to do with the golf. But right now, I hand you over to Edward Kabasa, who's going to tell us all about what's been happening in our general news.
I don't know whether that was an intentional shot or you're just trying to shoot your shot, but you could not shoot your shot. Anyway, I wish you the best. I will be watching that particular interview. Thank you very much, Wahome. Wahome will be back in a couple of minutes from now. My name is Edward Kabasa. Do thank you very much for joining us tonight. But first, I look at the highlights.
Waheshimiwa tofauti wamepata milioni 10, mwingine milioni 100, mwingine milioni 300. Wakubwa wa serikali, niko na hiyo karatasi na nangojea niletewe file ndio tuweze kuambia wananchi hawa ndio wezi wakubwa wa Kenya.
Machakos Governor Alfred Mutua threatens to name alleged beneficiaries of corruption. Moving testimonies as members of the Kenya Defense Forces hold inaugural Family Day. And 2 suspects arrested in Mombasa in connection with ivory trade as the crackdown on perpetrators intensifies.
Our sign language interpreter tonight is Wilson Mushora. You can text us. The number is 22162 to indicate your name and where you are watching us from. You can also tweet us at KBC Channel 1 if at all you have some questions for our homie, considering how awful that beginning was. But I'm sure he's going to make amends. Thank you very much for joining us. Deputy President William Ruto is calling on warring communities in the Kerio Valley to embrace peace and reconciliation. Ruto says retrogressive cultural practices like cattle rustling have only acted to derail development in the region. Meanwhile, Machakos County Governor Alfred Mutua threatens to make public names of politicians he says are behind mega scandals within the government departments.
Deputy President William Ruto was in Laikipia County, an area that has been on the limelight for all bad reasons. Cattle rustling and burnt tree incidents topping the list.
Kama mnafikiri ni watu gani? Si watu wa Laikipia hii tu ndio hiyo watu wanafanyanga hiyo kazi. Alafu sasa wewe unaniangalia kichwa yako inaendelea nini? Wakati unapanga kuiba ng'ombe na shule iko pale inangojea wewe kwenda kusoma. Hapana.
A state of affairs that the deputy president said was being fueled by idleness on the part of children who should be in school.
Nimesema watoto waende shule. Sijui itazungumzwa kwa lugha gani ndio mwelewe. Sasa nyinyi mkiniambia ya kwamba ati iko watoto 7 kwa shule, serikali tumeweka milioni 100. Iko akili hapo? Hata nyinyi mkipima. Nyinyi mko na maneno. Alafu mnaniambia sasa ati iko watu wengi ya kurandaranda hapa na kuiba ng'ombe na kuleta kisirani na shule iko pale inangojea.
Sentiment supported by leaders present who praised the ongoing peace efforts by the government between communities living in the area.
It is very disheartening. Ni aibu sana hata sisi kama wafugaji kwa karne ya 21 badala ya kuomba tingatinga wakati jamii wengine wanaomba vyoo vikuu, sisi bado tunaomba bunduki. Na hiyo bunduki hairushi maziwa, inarusha risasi.
Ile hatua mulichukua ya kuweka operesheni Laikipia ya kutoa bunduki haramu bado tunasema iendelee.
Ruto calling on Kenyans to embrace peace, adding that the handshake between President Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga was a clear indication that the government was committed to unity and peace of all Kenyans.
Hata yule mtu wanga tunasumbuana na yeye, sasa tumemwambia tushikane mikono, kwa sababu tunataka tukomeshe siasa ya mashindano ya vyeo na mashindano ya madaraka.
Mimi natamani siku moja kumuona His Excellency William Ruto, ule jamaa wa kufuga kuku, akiongoza wananchi ambao ni watoto wa nani si nani katika taifa la Kenya.
Hakuna kubahatisha, tunaomba tu Mwenyezi Mungu atufikishe tuone ya kwamba naibu wetu ameingia ikulu.
And embattled Machakos Governor Dr. Alfred Mutua now claims that he is in possession of a list of those involved with the recent maize scandal, threatening to make the list public.
Waheshimiwa tofauti wamepata milioni 10, mwingine milioni 100, mwingine milioni 300. Wakubwa wa serikali, niko na hiyo karatasi na nangojea niletewe file ndio tuweze kuambia wananchi hawa ndio wezi wakubwa wa Kenya.
Speaking at Kola Ward in Kalama, Machakos Town constituency, Mutua at the same time linked the nullification of his victory by the Court of Appeal to his 2022 presidential bid.
Na kuna wengine wanasema Mutua tumpunguze speed. Hii mambo yake ya kusema watu wachunguze mali walitoa wapi si nzuri, kwa sababu itaonyesha wale waizi wakubwa wa Kenya ni wapi.
I fear that if elections were going to be repeated, Governor Mutua may not be able to retain his seat, just because of those 8 months he may have actually acted in a negative way.
In Baringo, low voter turnout marred the Jubilee Party primaries in Baringo South constituency ahead of a by-election slated for August.
Tumeamka asubuhi ngawache ilichelewa kidogo, lakini naona iko sawa. Sasa inaenda poa.
Lakini imechelewa kidogo kwa sababu ya logistics ya kupeleka order, ya kupeleka mkutani, kupeleka Mochongoi, na sisi watu ya hapa tukachelewa kidogo.
3 Jubilee officials were injured early in the morning after goons attacked them as they were transporting ballot papers to polling stations across the constituency. Charles Kamuren, Mark Kipto, Eunice Lepario and Joseph Taruz were battling out for party's flag bearer. Samson Kitavi, Channel 1 News.
The Ministry of Defense has launched a policy that seeks to ensure widows, widowers and orphans who lost their loved ones while serving the nation under the Kenya Defense Forces are taken care of. Defense Cabinet Secretary Rachel Omamo says the plan will see welfare centers established at all military bases across the country where families of departed soldiers would access necessary support. George Kithuka was at the Moi Air Base for the inaugural KDF Family Day and filed the following report.
It was a special day for the families of departed Kenya Air Force soldiers who paid the ultimate prize in the line of duty. It was an outpouring of emotions as families came together to interact and share their experiences without their loved ones.
God has enabled us so far, and most of our children are now graduates. It is therefore our humble request that they be considered in future military recruitment.
This was the most difficult time in my life as I was away from my extended family. However, I would like to thank KDF, especially the Kenya Air Force, who gave me support.
Defense Cabinet Secretary Rachel Omamo seizing the opportunity to mingle with widows and their families, even as she encouraged them to remain strong.
Today's open day is one of our many ways of assuring you that You, our dear families, you belong.
It is important that we have a policy and that we have these centers that will help you at least be able to have someone to talk to.
Stories of courage and dedication characterizing proceedings with Captain Shabala, who lost her parents while in Form 3, hailing the support extended by the Kenya Defence Forces.
At some point, the amount of money that was at the trustee, got used up for one reason or the other. So there's a point in time I didn't have school fees, and it was up and down. We fought with my family, but yeah, eventually things were sorted out through the Kenya Air Force.
She has since followed the footsteps of her father by becoming a pilot with the Kenya Air Force.
Had been called to go to university, but then there was this the advertisement for cadet, and I said, let me give it a shot, because you never know.
When he passed on, the Kenya Air Force has been they really helped me, and I can say that it has been 4 years that I have felt that I have another family.
Omamo says the Defense Department developed the new policy specifically to address the welfare of families of the fallen soldiers, with the first ever Family Day being piloted at the Moi Air Base and will be replicated across all KDF units, the Kenya Army and the Kenya Navy beginning next year.
As they tell us what they need, we then enrich the program and make it more needs-based. Our concern is to reduce that burden and to honor our widows and their orphans.
3 welfare centers were launched today at the Moi Air Base Isili, Laikipia Air Base and the Wajir Base.
Police in Kilifi County are holding 2 Nigerian nationals in connection with cybercrime-related activities. Timothy Ogba Bakole, alias Mike David, and John Kaplan, alias Ananga Ouma, had created a pseudo Facebook account under the name of Kilifi Senator Stewart Matzayo, with the intent to defraud unsuspecting members of the public.
It was the end of elaborate investigations that saw police trail the 2 suspects who were behind a syndicate fleecing members of the public by using the name of Kilifi Senator Stewart Matzayo. The long arm of the law finally catching up with the suspect in Tuapam.
And I want to tell all the people in Kilifi now that those people who are taking your money, we have managed to arrest them. The people who are purporting that you are sending your applications to get a loan, to get a bursary, whereas that was not the case. These people now have been arrested. They are criminals who have been taking money from the people of Kilifi, and it's not only in Kilifi but countrywide.
Area Divisional Crime Investigation Officer, Senior Superintendent of Police Christopher Chesoli, saying that reports out that Senator Matzayo was using social media to steal funds were arrived before it became apparent that the Facebook account was fake.
We started receiving complaints from members of public alleging of being conned by Senator Matzayo, the Senator of Kilifi. We carried out investigations and we established actually Senator Matzayo was not even in the picture, that such a exercise was on, or that scheme of giving loans was on. This was the work of crooks from Nigeria.
The 2 Nigerian nationals are said to have been in the country illegally, as their work permits have already expired. Meanwhile, police in Mombasa are holding 2 suspects in connection with illegal trade in ivory. The 2 were apprehended at a police roadblock in Nyali Bridge. Mombasa Urban OCPD Eliad Munari says that they have received information from members of the public over the suspect's suspicious activities and trailed the vehicle before nabbing the culprits. The suspects are now being held for questioning as detectives seek to find out the source and destination of the ivory. Anthony Kaikai for Channel 1 News Weekend.
And back to the capital, motorcycle operators within the Central Business District are demanding the release of 15 motorbikes that were impounded by the Nairobi County and security officers during a swoop on Saturday morning. The operation is aimed at raiding the city of smugglers and assault cases where assailants prefer to use motorcycles to perpetrate crime. The operators are calling on the county government to stop the harassment and instead provide a designated parking bay for them. Brenda Zadaradida with that report.
It was a cat and mouse game pitting motorcycle operators, Nairobi County officers and police officers Saturday morning as they mounted an operation to forcefully evict the riders from the Central Business District. For close to 2 hours, the operators engaged this officer in a game of hide and seek.
Tumeamkia changamoto sana sababu tunafukuzwa na maaskari City Council na askari wa National Government. Aswa shida yenyewe hatujajua iko wapi.
Kuja huku asubuhi wewe unakuja kama umepatana na askari wanamwaga huku na lori.
15 operators watched helplessly as their daily resource of income was impounded by the officers.
Wengi wetu hata pikipiki zenye tuko nazo ni saroni. Imagine sasa pikipiki yako imeshikwa na roni unadaiwa.
Hii bike hata njamaliza wiki mbili. Hii ni ya roni. Na sasa kama nitasuia kufanya kazi nitailipa na nini?
But the riders did not relent. They quickly regrouped, accusing the county government of harassment. They questioned why they have not been given a designated parking bay.
Instead ya kufurushwa town, tutengewe mahali ichue ya kwamba tunaoperatia hapa. Specific place yetu ya kufanyia kazi ni hapa. Na kama kuna ushuru inafaa tutoe, tuambiwe ni kiwango fulani. Lakini sio kutolewa ndani ya town.
Anatuambia tutoke Nairobi. Watu hawajatenga mahali tunaweza enda. Sasa ndio tunauliza, je, sasa sisi tuondoke, mtupatie mahali pa kwenda? Sisi tuko ready, tutaenda.
Mr. Bae is one of ile committee imetengenezwa ya task force ya kutengeneza vile wanaboda wangepewa masimo, kila mtu kwa simu yake, unaona? Yenye hatujui vile ilienda.
Border boarders seem to be the preferred choice of many Nairobi residents as they offer cheap services within the city center. But to the county government, they have been linked to cases of mugging, assault and stealing.
Tunajuana kila mtu. Na kama kuna simu mgeni inaanza, sisi tunaijua ni gani. So wakuja kwa sisi ndio tunajuana, tuweza kuwasaidia kutoa wale watu wanakuja kuimbia watu town. See, we are not thugs. We are not this.
The decision to ban motorcycle operators from carring to and from the city center is part of the operation dubbed Mulika and is aimed at restoring sanity within the CBD. Brenda Zeda Radido, Channel 1 News, Nairobi.
Thank you very much, Brenda, for that report. 20 minutes past 9. You are watching Channel 1 Weekend. A quick break here. We still have plenty more lined up for you. Plus, we will be here once again with the golf. Don't go too far.
This weekend on KBC Channel 1.
What is the color of love? What do you see? It must be easy for you, the loving things that you do, but just a pastime for you. I could never be.
So, did we go out last night for a walk in the mud? I haven't forgotten, Leonard.
Didn't you hear me? Leave me alone. I want to know what it was that happened between Matthias and you. Why did you fire my assistant?
I'm desperate here. Dulce's in prison, the police are after me, and I have nowhere to hide now.
I don't know what I can do for you.
What do you mean you don't know what you can do for me? You've got connections with the mafia.
You think you know me so well, is that right?
Watu wa Tharaka Nithi na Meru mpo.
Station yako uipendayo ya Mwago FM inakuja kwa mawimbi mazito kwenye roadshow mambo yote tarehe 8 hadi tarehe 10 mwezi huu. Njoo ukutane na watangazaji wako wa Mwago FM akiwemo Mudhuri Mushe, Paul Kirinya, Kawera Njage na Kare wa Mungoli. Burudani nayo itaporomoshwa na wasanii mahiri kama Gitonga wa Kigosho na Sizu, Florence Karani, Juliet, Magana, Johnny MG na Mazuka Dancers. Na isitoshe, Jumapili ya tarehe 10 tunajumuika katika ibada ya shukrani itakayofanyika Kambakia Grounds ikiongozwa na mhudumu Monica kwa ushirikiano na Askofu Edward Mburia wa kanisa la Kambakia Christian Center. Makinika, ni roadshow ya Mwago FM kaunti za Tharaka Nithi na Meru tarehe 8 hadi tarehe 10 mwezi huu.
Mwago FM.
Welcome back. It was a rare spectacle for thousands of Mayenga FM fans in Kisumu County who braved a heavy downpour to have a chance to mingle and interact with their popular presenters. Presenters of the KBC affiliate are in Kisumu and Siaya counties this weekend for a road show as the popular station seeks to interact with its huge fan base. Achola Simon with that report.
Thousands of Mayenga fans thronged various centers along the Awasi-Kisumu road to have a chance of interacting with their favorite Mayenga FM presenters. The enthusiastic crowd braved a heavy downpour to witness the golden chance to meet their favorite presenters.
And we have come to visit Kisumu County and Siaya County to appreciate our listeners who have been with us all along.
The Mayenga entourage stopped at Ahero, Nyamasaria before winding up the show in Nyalenda Estate. The fans also had an opportunity to win various station merchandise. Station manager Isaac Osedo says the station will continue to produce quality, entertaining and educative programs for the expanding fan base.
So really, we are happy and we boast about ourselves that we are ahead. We are ahead, and when given signals in other areas, in Lunyanza, we'll do a lot more than what we are doing now.
The Mayenga Roadshow heads to Siaya County.
Another breather, but when we come back, Ahome, the sports.
Super Cup has come to Kenya. Kenya's own Gore, AFC, Sharks and Kakamega Homeboys are getting ready to take on Tanzania's finest, Simba, Yanga, Singida and JKU. The champion will face one of EPL greats, Everton FC at Goodison Park. Don't miss another moment of football history. SportPesa Super Cup from the 3rd to 10th of June.
Good evening, I'm Daniel Wahome. Time to get the sports. The Harambee Stars will face hosts India tomorrow in the final at the Mumbai Football Arena in India.
Posta Rangers defender Joking Satudo